frozen life in the palms of her hands. Truth like a melody in the web it spans. Sparks fly, Daisy's got the cheats plugged into reality she never depletes.
Here's another one. Did China discover dinosaur-like creatures in uncharted land? Dinosaur-like creatures. So curious, because weren't we just talking about how they wanted to bring the mammoth back with its DNA? New fossils are leading people to believe they might have discovered something. Here's the facts. It's been 65 million years since the extinction of the dinosaurs, and new discoveries are gonna continue to happen, okay? So, last month, a new species with 400 teeth, known as a whatever that says, was found in Germany. A new creature with 400 teeth? Oh, how curious. Do tell me more. A Balanogathus? What? It says that skeleton was discovered accidentally in a Bavarian quarry and was described by research lead professor David Martel as being really long, with his jaw lined with small, fine hooked teeth, with tiny spaces between them, like a knit comb. So, by contrast, TikTok claims that their uncharted land full of thousands to the millions of dinosaur-like creatures is not supported by any evidence. But are they finding new creatures that we didn't know about before that are in these quarries? Yes. And will they continue, again, to find strange new creatures down below? I'm sure. Just wait till they tell us about Jack. Oh boy. Toxic wastewater from Ohio train crash is being sent 1,300 miles away to Texas. But local authorities weren't told until a week after it started arriving. This judge says, that's a big no-no. Somebody is in big trouble. By the way, this is water being used to bottle. Just saying. So, they only just found out about it, so they say, this is not good. This is very not good. And it's curious because we knew that this wouldn't just affect Ohio. We knew that basically the whole East Coast is Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh, Jesus. Oh. The water put out the blaze at the toxic train derailment is being sent to Texas because there's a certain way that they're meant to deal with these things, which is just wild to me because they had to send it again, like by train, send it back. Follow me for more because I'm not done with this yet.
She hears every bite. Daisy chases truth, shines her inner light.
Hi friends, boy, do we have a few things to catch up on. What? Let us look into it. There's a possibility that an extraterrestrial mothership with smaller probes may be visiting planets in our solar system. The head of Pentagon's Unidentified Aerial Phenomenons Research Office noted a report draft shared Tuesday. Interstellar object potentially be part of a parent craft that releases smaller probes during the passage to Earth. Hello, does anybody remember Oumuamua? We discussed this. We knew already. See, it's so curious how they just prime your mind for these things. Basically, they were like, listen, they're objects of interest. And it's been happening since, 2017? Can anyone tell me the year? Oh, thank you. Okay. With proper design, these tiny probes would reach Earth or other solar system planets for exploration as the parent craft passes by within fraction. Geez, it sounds like they know a lot about this, just like Oumuamua did. Oumuamua. Remember the one that they call the scout from afar? Oumuamua. Do you see? So basically, they then go on to state how it's all because of the Chinese spy balloon that more of this information essentially has to come out. Finley's also right here. Say hi, Finley. Oh, it's so cute. Such a baby. Finley just had his birthday. Say happy birthday to my cat or leave. So basically, they're like, listen, we got to look into this. You got to get the whole shebang behind it. Let's go. Oh my God, the nerve. Okay, they're talking about increased transparency to the American public and reducing paranoia or stigma. Stigma of what, my guy? Of what? Aliens? Because I'm pretty sure half the public is like, yeah, cool, aliens. It's about time. Why haven't you told us? We, already knew. Other countries already, soft drip it. They already talk about it. But, in the U.S., we got to be all UAPs, y'all. UFOs, y'all. A messenger from afar, y'all. 'Cause that's what Oumuamua was. And people call me the crazy one, but I'm simply just reading the freaking writing on the wall. Look at this one. 200 people have been treated with the experimental CRISPR therapies. The experimental CRISPR therapies. Ain't that something? We've heard a lot about this CRISPR lately, haven't we? And by the way, look at where this is from. Biotechnology. These are all good sources. So if you want to look into it yourself, I suggest you please do. But listen, the CRISPR, it's all over. It's going to be making a big, big impact real soon. And simply for the fact that they're talking so much about it.
Energy surges, knowledge is the prize. Eyes open wide.
Part 2 to Oh No, Ohio. Poor Ohio. Can we please leave Ohio alone? Like, first the train and then the plane. Like, come on. And that's not all. That is not all. Basically, Boo Boo in charge is like, hey, not my fault. They had to have a press conference due to this. Oh boy. Mind you, it had to travel all that way. They also say that they're not trying to raise fears, except for like, yeah, this is going to concern some people. And here's the thing, like, this is very curious, right? Because how do they dispose of this type of waste when it's chemical, something like that, right? Toxic waste. There's a certain way that they have to dispose of it. And places that do that, there are multiple that are much closer to Ohio. So why in God's name did this have to go to Texas? Were they like hoping for it to derail again? What are you doing? Like, and another curious thing is that when they do get rid of these toxic things, they actually take these toxic things and they put them underground. They're like, let's just shove this underground. Ain't nobody gonna know. Okay. And that goes like X amount of miles down below our drinking water, by the way. And here's the curious thing. A really amazing YouTube channel brought up the idea of what happens if this chemical, which was like feared that it was gonna kaboomy, right? What would happen if it got too warm underground in Texas? Well, due to the chemical reaction, we might get a kablooey. So just a thought. Ooh, I'm just waiting for the day where it's like V for Vendetta out there or The Purge. You best believe I'm ready. She states that the federal authorities themselves don't seem to have the full information. I'm not clear on the full picture. Yeah, that's a problem. Here's the thing. We have to stop accepting this incompetence. Like, it is absurd. These types of mistakes, this shouldn't be happening. This is absolutely wild. And another thing about the whole train derailment, there was a company that owned that section of the railroads, right? And they asked the government for like $200 million loan or whatever to fix up the tracks, like, let it, help us out, get them out of bankruptcy. Government says nah. So another company comes in, but via China, right? Of course, and says we'll buy up these racks, like these tracks and the racks, right? And then the government was like $2 billion loan. You do you, boo boo. I'm sorry, what? Did you just tell the American business no? Let it destroy itself and be bankrupt and then get destroyed to let China come in and buy it and then give them $2 billion? Why don't we ever give money to our own people? Why? Like, why?
She's the internet's eyes. Bits and bytes dance, secrets they spin. Daisy decipher.
DiGiorno, I almost forgot to make a video about this one. Hey, listen, TikTokers are jumping into, I don't know, glass child discourse. I thought it was more disclosure, but discourse, all right? Sure. All the terms that people are learning or just like coming up with, I don't know. Let's find out, what is a glass child, because Lord knows I don't know. The latest TikTok trend features audio with lyrics. Did you get enough love, my little dove? Truth is, a lot of us didn't. And that's okay, little dove. You fly anyways. So now they're calling them glass children because they're hollow? No, JK, like, I'm just trying to understand. Other creators are captioning it with realizations that they were the reason that their siblings were glass children. So what's going on? What is the trend? What is a glass child on TikTok? A glass children are siblings of kids who have or had disabilities. Oh, you poor thing. What the? So in other words, parents see right through the glass children because they're so focused on the child who has a disability. Because they need more care. It is important to note that glass doesn't mean that they're fragile. It just means that they were looking through them to the other kid. What is this? Some are choosing to look on the bright side of it. They say, although I may be the glass child, I got to do this random stuff. Oh, and a Make-A-Wish Foundation. Oh. So this is why TikTokers have been referring to themselves as glass children. So it was made popular by Alicia Maples, who spoke on it with her own experience in a TED Talk back in 2010 because she had a sibling with autism. She explained that during her TED Talk that the original terminology for glass child meant glass child meant a child who had special needs sibling. But now the term has grown to encompass families with children who require extra attention from their parents. In other words, any middle child. Is that what you mean? Any middle child? What? Glass children have a sibling that could struggle from mental health, affliction, criminal record, blah, blah, blah. But they have a child who has a physical, chronic, or mental illness that requires more of their parents' attention. Like, I get the complaint here, but I don't, because I'm not the glass child. That's my brother John. However, many siblings feel that extra parenting and attention can be a double-edged sword, obviously. So yeah, it's curious. And she noted that it wasn't fair to blame her sibling. No, duh. Oh my gosh, this is real.